Hey guys, here's another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. It's Tuesday the 13th of February. Not sure how we're in the middle of February already, but here we are. And we're making some pretty good progress on the projects that we have. So let's jump in and talk about what we did today. For the 5923 window, today I spent quite a bit of time going through all the parts that the owner had previously bought for the bus. He had boxes and boxes and boxes of parts. They weren't particularly well organized, so I pretty much went through and organized them all by electrical, suspension, levers and controls, etc., etc. And then we also got this massive order that we placed from Wolfsburg West. So once I went through and had a good understanding of what he had already bought, I went through the order that we placed, and there was some redundancy there, some things we ordered that we didn't know that he had. In hindsight, we probably should have taken his inventory before we placed the order, but again, like I mentioned before, not a big deal. We can return the things that we have or that we bought that he already had. So all's well that ends well. But anyway, we have a lot of parts for this bus now, and they're pretty well organized, and so this thing is going to start moving along pretty fast. So as you can see, I started the wiring today. Got the main harness, which had been pulled previously on the bus, got that hooked up, and got the headlight harness is mostly connected. You can see some yellow wires hanging off there to the side that still need to be connected. Those three actually connect to each other, so that'll just happen kind of off to the side there. Got the instrument harness in, which is what goes up to the speedometer and so on. There's the wires for the headlight dimmer switch. The horn wire is running down, runs down inside there under the car. Likewise, the brake light switch wire, there's two of them that also runs down through there. So those are run underneath the car. Yeah, so it's moving right along. Spent a couple hours on the wiring this afternoon, and pretty happy with the progress I made. Again, trying to keep everything neat and organized. We'll make it look a little bit better when it's all done, but for now, trying to get the lengths of the wires correct and organized neatly, not all tangled up like a rat's nest. So far so good. Part of what the owner had already was the headliner, which is German cloth. You can see that rolled up right there. That's the headliner. Super nice material. And then these boxes here are all the mechanism for the sliding sunroof. And somewhere this kind of white looking roll that you see right here, that's actually the canvas for the top. So that's the outer part of the covering. So like I mentioned before, once we do the wiring and a few other things on this bus, then we'll roll 50 feet or so down the driveway, and we'll spend probably a week at Octavio's where they'll do the headliner, the sliding rag top, and the carpet, which on these buses just goes in the back there. So we'll have them knock all that out, and then it'll come back and continue putting her together. So that was my main focus for today, trying to make some progress on this bus after I spent quite a bit of time doing sort of inventory on it and sorting parts out. Rafa, on the other hand, was focused on the 57 today, the Prairie Beige 57, this beauty. So he's primarily working under the front hood today. So one thing he did was to put on the front hood seal here. I was actually standing here talking to him while he was doing it. It looked like it was going on much easier than the rear one, so I'm glad it didn't fight him like the rear engine lid seal fought me. So that's good. The other thing was he finished installing and connecting the radio here, and you can see there's a bracket that he made there, pretty factory looking to support it. Again, these radios are super heavy. The radio is wired to the speaker. The only thing is still is the antenna, which the owner thinks he has a really nice one that he actually bought from Rafa years ago, but not sure where that is. So once we locate that, then we will get it mounted and then connect this antenna wire here. Other than that, struggling a little bit with getting the latch mechanism on here to work. I think that the hood may be a little bit out of shape, and we're having a tough time getting the pin there lined up appropriately with the latch, but we'll get it. We're just having to kind of massage it a little bit, take our time, get it lined up appropriately. So I think those are some of the major things today. Some little things he put in the actual glove boxes in, the little stoppers on the door, or when the door closes, it's not metal on metal. Let's see. I think those are kind of the main things. Put these little plugs on the rear apron today. Some other little details like that. I don't remember what, but nothing too earth-shattering. But again, we hope to probably fire this one up maybe later this week. And see, we still need to bleed the brakes. But yeah, hopefully we'll be taking this one on a test drive either later this week or maybe early next week, depending on if we get around to bleeding the brakes and popping the windshield in tomorrow. So that is it for today. Rafa focused on the 57, myself focused on the 59 bus. Pretty productive day moving these things along. And so that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.